Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. Me and Lambs are here to go through the player ratings with yourselves for the Chelsea Newcastle game. Let's do this.
I don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking good. Feel your heartbeat. Feel somewhere you're looking good.
Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. Before we move forward, please smash the like button. There's already 20 of you here already. Appreciate that. Please share. Please like, do everything. Subscribe if you're new here as well. We're here to catch up on the game last night. Chelsea-Newcastle. Chelsea winning 2-0 quite comfortably, may I say, Lambs, wasn't it, to be fair? Before we move on to that.
Top four.
We're in the top four, people. We are back. We are back. But we take it game by game, and we will get into it. But let's just quickly go through some of these chats because there's loads. We've got Rob in here. He said, why should we sign players to unlock these Havertz, Werners? Why aren't others getting such treatment? Yeah, he's got a point. We can touch on to that. We will definitely touch on to that. Velwish1 says hello. Big up to him. Big up to my man, Real Chris as well. Else we got here? We've got loads of people. I'm trying to fly through this. Bargav's here as well. Big up to Bargav, who's in the house. Who else have we got here? Christian's in the house as well. Big up to my man Christian. Big up to Dujon. Big up to Mr. Concierge, who's in the house as well. Who else we got here? Oh, I keep highlighting it. Oh, Beth's in town. Big up to Beth. Big up to Joyce as well. Big up to the girls. The ladies are in the house. Yeah. Big up to JB. Yeah, appreciate it. Right, guys, you know what we're doing today. We're going to go through the player ratings, individual for each player. I want you as the viewers to get involved. I want to know what your ratings are for each player. We're also going to touch base on the game as well. And then in about half hour, 40 minutes, I will drop the link in the chat and we will allow you to come in and have your say on the game as well. Lambs, quickly, 1 second. Just quickly got some more people in here. We've got Winter Surfer. Big up to you, my man. Big up to Realist, Laurie as well. Alex CFC's in the house as well. Big up to all of you. It's 26 of you here at the moment. Please, can you make sure you smash the like button, please, as well, as it helps, as always. Lambs, what was your thoughts on the game? Tell us.
Oh, my God. Do you know what? Brilliant. It went exactly how I thought it would go. And it was exactly my score prediction as well. I did say it was going to be 2-0. I predicted a 2-0 win for us as well. I have to say, I was a bit worried when I saw Kepa in the starting lineup. I was like, oh, I don't know, yeah. Maybe it'll be like a 2-1 or something. We're probably not going to keep a clean sheet. Yeah, we'll get onto that in it. But I was really, really impressed. Dominant performance as well. We got the goals early as well, which is something that we've always kind of struggled to kill off games early as well. Real happy for Timo. Finally got a goal and an assist as well. So great game for him. I can just see his confidence rising. I thought Kovacic was amazing yesterday. I thought he was immense. Like, it almost seems like a completely different Kovacic from the last couple games he played for Lampard. And now under this new manager, it's the change has been crazy. And I think we also need to probably touch upon Christian Pulisic because I was listening to the review that they were given after the game on ESPN. And I don't know, maybe it's because, they're American, so they're a bit biased. But I think what they said as well about Christian Pulisic, like not really getting a look in and stuff, I thought that was a bit unfair because he's not proved that he deserves to play, to be honest. So I was really happy. I wanted Giroud to start, so I wasn't too disappointed with Tammy Abraham coming off early. And he didn't really kind of contribute too much up until that point anyway. He had a header, which he probably should have scored. That tackle, it wasn't a penalty. To be fair, when the ball came in, it was a beautiful overhead ball from Kovacic as well. And he had tons of space. And Lascelles managed to catch up to him so quickly. And I'm just thinking, this poor touch, poor control, and it's the same story. It's the same old story with Tammy, and that's another reason why I don't rate him. But other than that, very, very impressed with the performance. It was so nice to see Tuchel come onto the pitch.
Yeah, it was.
Kante, that back and forth with Kante.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Timo finally smile. Great, couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, I thought we had for me, the first half was the best first half I've seen Chelsea play under Tuchel. I thought we played really well. Big up to DJ Sav, who's in the house as well. Big up to you, my man. Who else we got here? Chelsea fan says Tammy's not good enough. To be honest, I actually think Tammy coming off done us a favour. I really do. And that sounds bad, but I actually do in that game. Ads is working, Roy. He is very, very busy. Out of work, trying to get his exams done and stuff. So he's busy at the moment. But you'll see him probably later on today as well. He will be back. He's all good. He's all well. He's all good in the house. Yeah, for me, it was a good game, especially the first half. The first half was awesome. Timo Werner was fiery. He was electric. He had a bust lip. He was running around. He was, he had a hunger. He had anger. I actually like seeing him with anger. Like, it suited him better. He got the best out of him. And then he got his goal. And do you know what made me laugh? When he scored the goal and it went over the line, which it was clearly over the line, you see him going VAR. I just thought it would be a typical Timo Werner if this goal gets called off. You know that? I was like, oh my God. Hassan says Kepa redemption. We're going to get to Kepa now, actually. Anyone else feeling more confident going against the Atletico?
Oh, yeah.
I think so, I mean, I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm not going to talk too much because at the end of the day, it was against the poor. I thought Newcastle were poor. Let's be serious. They were pretty poor. They didn't really come out at us. I mean, the fact that we stopped Kepa actually having to do much in the game was a good thing. He was called upon. We are going to jump on him straight away now, people. Please get your ratings in. We start with man like Kepa. Lambs, what are you saying?
I mean, he didn't really have too much to do because, like you said, they didn't really come at us. Newcastle looked like they were just setting up, just, typical like low block defense, stuff like that. Just typical Steve Bruce tactics, isn't it? So again, they didn't really test him. I know there was a header in the second half that was on target that Kepa saved. Yeah, I think he made another save earlier on in the game as well. But again, these are routine saves. I expect him to be making these saves as well. So standard 6.5 because he kept a clean sheet. Considering how low his confidence has been lately, he did his job. So I'm not really going to get on him too much. So I'll give him a 6.5. But I still don't want him to be starting against Atletico Madrid.
Exactly. No. I think we got away with one, to be fair. I can't... Look, we can't have Kepa in goal going throughout this whole season. It's very good that Tuchel came out and actually said, hang on, Mendy's our number one. That hasn't changed. But what he did is he made a judgment that Newcastle, he thought that our team was good enough to limit Newcastle to shots against us. And that's what he did, and it works. It works, and it was, look, I bang on about Kepa a lot. People know I don't like Kepa. I still don't think he's good enough. I get why we can kind of play him in certain individual games. We want to try and get a bit of value out of him because at the moment his market value is 13.5 million. That is crap. That is poor. So I completely get why you would slowly get him into certain games. Plus, Mendy gets a rest. You know what I mean? He can come in. He's fresh. He's going to be more hungry. So, look, he didn't do anything wrong. He honestly didn't do anything wrong today, Kepa. So for me, he was, I agree, a 6.5. Easily a 6.5 in that game,
Yeah.
Moving on, Mr. Rudiger. Lambs, what were we saying?
Okay, well, obviously, some people know I'm not like his biggest fan. I still think there should be other centre backs playing ahead of him and other centre backs that should still be in the squad. But again, I can't really complain. It seems that Tuchel does prefer him. I don't know if it's the German connection or maybe he just rates him for his experience. But it seems like he has some faith in him and he didn't do anything. He didn't do much wrong, I suppose. He did his job. We kept a clean sheet, which, I think we were all a little bit anxious about the ball coming towards our defense and our
Yeah.
goalkeeper. You know,
Mm.
I can't really complain. They did their job. I'll probably give Rudiger a 7, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all these chats. Hassan says 7. Winter Surfer said 7. DJ Savjay says 7.5. Subian says Rudiger made a couple of good interceptions, like against Willock earlier, but apart from that, he didn't really have to do nothing. And that is true. And again, it's something that's working very well at Chelsea in the last 4 games that he's been here, Tuchel. He's
Mm.
managed to get them playing well, even in defence where they're not actually having to do much. And what they do, which is very clever if you watch, they win the ball back quicker in certain positions of the pitch. So they must be working on it in training. So what they must be doing is that when the ball is with the opponent in a certain area, you press. So if you watch, you see Jorginho, you see Kovacic, you see Alonso, whoever, they sort of triangle the person that's got the ball.
And it works well for his
it
system.
works.
So I do understand why he prefers those players, and I do understand why they're playing. But fair enough. Since he's come in, we are undefeated. So I'm not gonna question Tuchel if that's what he thinks works best with the current players that we have for his formation. I'm with. Like I said, he didn't do anything wrong. He did his job.
I think, Lambs, that the less defending we do, the better, because we know that our defence is not the greatest, but it's definitely not the worst. Don't get me wrong. But the more that they can press the ball quicker, like they were doing, press the ball in certain areas and win it back between either the midfield and them, as a defenders, the better it is for us. Not only for the defence, but also for whoever's in goal, because they're not having to do as much. Kepa was called upon probably twice, maybe 3 times at a max. And when he was called upon, he dealt with it. And that is what is a sign of a good team, where you've got the balance of a defence that are kept quiet but doing their job when they're asked to, a goalie doing that, a midfield. For me, the midfield's the key. The double pivot. If they're not able to get the ball, retain it, move it quicker, side to side, whatever, forwards, into the attackers.
And also, I'm sure we're going to get onto it later, but the defensive substitutions he made as well in the second half, I thought that was really smart game management as well. So
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm going to give Rudiger a 6.5 as well. For me, that's like average. Like, he hasn't done anything wrong. He wasn't bad. He wasn't good. It was just a good performance overall from everyone. Just going through some of these chats, we've got 7s. We've got
as well. Yeah.
Robin Jules says Rudiger is playing due to the German visa. H997 says when players know where to be, when and exactly where to pass to, press and attack, the football will look good. And that is very true. And now why? That's because we now have an identity and we know the style that the manager requires us to perform and play in these games. And it's important and it's imperative that any team understands that. Do you know what I mean? It's important. Look how well Leicester are doing. They might not have, Leicester have got good players, but they all understand the system and what they're doing. Then you look at the flip side of it. Jose Mourinho at Spurs. They have no identity. They have no system. They lost. We had the same problem with Frank Lampard in the last couple of games. Man, the management went out the window and they didn't really understand what they were doing. Big up to One Rovers, who's in the town as well.
Frank Lampard, I would even stretch that to the last couple months, not even the last couple of games, because I would say maybe since the end of November, we literally started to see literally no identity to the way that we were playing. Ads is in the chat.
Ads is in the chat. Big up to Ads. Rudiger 7.5. He's good centre back when he's managed to believe it. Yes, and I agree. Maybe it's still too early. Yeah, everything's good at the moment. As Chelsea fans, we cannot get overgassed. We've just got to take it game by game. You all know that in March we have got a tough schedule. Man United, Everton, Leeds, Liverpool. They're 4 solid, hard games. So there's bigger tests to come for us. But what we are doing, which is something we may have struggled in the past to do, is when we're up against the smaller teams.
Atletico, I think, after
Atletico as well. We're actually putting them away, which is the first test. We can put away small teams, and that's working. Now I want to see how we play against opponent. I know we beat Spurs the other day, but Spurs were playing a low block against us as well. So it is what it is. There's nearly 40 of you here right now. Please smash the like button. I want to try and get to 50 likes as quickly as possible, people. Please, if you're new here, please subscribe and please share In the description below, you've got our Instagram page as well. Please get into that, because we're going to be doing a giveaway soon. We're nearly at 1,000 as well. We are nearly there. So please keep smashing the like button. Please keep sharing. Help us build up the channel. Next up is Krusty Christiansen, who Lewis has a go at me for calling him that. He calls him the Danish Maldini. Lambs, what we saying?
Oh yeah, another controversial player that divides opinion between our fan base. Yeah, he's another one who, of course, I don't really highly rate. I still think he needs to. Still think he needs to.
Yeah. Go on, Lambs.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Am I back? I feel like I froze out for a sec.
No, you're there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's another one that divides opinion. I'm not his hugest fan either, but again, he did his job. Again, nothing spectacular. Placed some pretty good passes. He still gives me anxiety. I still don't think he's our long-term plan. I still think we definitely need to think about possibly moving him on and getting a better centre back instead. I'll give him a 6.5 though for yesterday, because he did his job.
Really?
Similarly to Rudiger, and he did pick out that pass to Werner, which saw him just like run off across the wing, and then set up the goal that Giroud eventually scored. So I'll give him credit for that, and then we kept a clean sheet. So I'm gonna go for 6.5. That's a very generous 6.5.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I'm not the biggest fan of Christensen. The biggest problem with me with Christensen is his inconsistency as a player. He will play very well in certain individual games, but then for me, he doesn't carry it out. So when you're playing a 38 match season, you want consistency from your defenders. That's how you keep your spot. That's how you continue being in the team, and that's how you don't concede to your team points. Do you know what I mean? It's because you're playing consistently throughout. If he can do that under Tuchel, then cool. If Tuchel can get the best out of him, cool. I'm not going to sit here and say get him out. I don't like him. I just like Jorginho. We want
our players to be good, isn't it?
Yeah, we want them to be good. But with Jorginho and Christensen, these players, you think of what they've done in the past, and there's been criticisms of them in terms of what they've done, and that's all I've really seen up to now. And they have had good games here and there individually, both of them, cool. But moving forward, I want to see consistency. I set high standards for my team. This is why I got the with the Barnsley game, and Chelsea fans are saying to me, "Why is he getting the with the Barnsley game?" Because I set high standards, high levels for my club. I want us to be competing all the time. That's how it is. Look at Man City on their 60-match unbeaten run. They set themselves high standards, Huncho says Christensen is our best after Silva. That's a big comment. I don't think so personally. Big up to Giannetti. Biscuit Fingers had a decent game. He did, bro. Hello to Beth says ads. What else have we got here? Yeah, I think a lot of 7s. I'm going to give Christensen a 6.5. I thought he was okay, to be fair. He didn't do much wrong. Which moves on to a man like the captain who's been playing so well since he's been called back in, Mr. Aspie. Lambs, what are we saying?
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that statement. Some leadership, captain-like performances from him ever since he's been recalled back into the squad. Did his job defensively, very strong, commanding in the back as well. Leading that back three. I think that's probably the most experienced head, the most level-headed head in there. So probably keeping the peace at the back. He should have scored. Very good defensive block from Newcastle in that early corner in the first half. But we can't really complain about SP. He does his job consistently. Our reliable captain. I'm going to give him a 7. So he gets
7.
Yeah.
A lot of 7s and 7.5s. Beth's given a 7. Chris given a 7. DJ Savjay 7.5. Hassan was a 7. Adzil says, for a player to be bettered, a manager needs to believe in a player. Prime example, Fred and Shaw doing brilliantly. I don't know about Fred, but we'll leave that one.
But Luke Shaw definitely.
No, but he's performed better. He's better. The Shaw definitely for me. Shaw's been awesome, and he has under him so far. we are blessed to have players like Dave, loyal servant like Kale and Terry, and we have had consistency and loyalty from very good players. 7.5 for Strong TV. If you haven't subscribed yet, go and subscribe to Charlotte's channel, Strong TV on YouTube, people. 7, Chelsea fan, Welsh fan, 7. I would give him a 7 as well. I thought he had probably one of his best games. He was just solid. The whole game he was solid. He didn't really cause much of an issue. Ads is saying, "Shut up, Jim. Respect the pastor." A lot of your fans don't, bro. You know that yourself. They do not respect him whatsoever. And that moves on to. Let's move on to. I don't know.
Or our wing backs now.
Man like that surprised me. To be fair, and he continues to surprise me again. What are we saying about Alonso, Lambs?
Oh, I know. He's making Chilwell sweat. Like, I never thought this would happen. And again, this is another thing that I heard them touch on in ESPN, how certain forgotten players have now found themselves being recalled back into the squad. And he's another one of them. But fair enough, for this wing-back system position that Tuchel likes to play, he hasn't disappointed us. It's not like we can sit here and say, okay, since when he's played him in that position, he's had like a shocking game and, you know, he needs to be dropped straight away. He has excelled in that position and, you know, he's performing better than Ben Chilwell and he's shining more in that position than Ben Chilwell. I think Ben Chilwell suits more of a back 4 position.
Yeah.
Whereas in that 3 and then with the wing backs, Alonso does work better. Again, I'm not a huge fan of his, and I was very, very angry after the West Brom game with him, especially with his performance. And then his attitude afterwards as well also pissed me off. But I have to say, if this is the road to redemption, then he's doing a really, really good job. I really, really can't disagree. I'm going to give him it's another 7 from me as well.
7.5 says Real Chris. Ad said he was a man of the match. Voltron says 8 just because he's better than Chilwell, the fraud of left backs. Yeah, is he better than Robertson then as well? Then Voltron, he must be. I'm confident on Alonso next year, and what we won't be playing is a 3-4-3. Says Robin George. Chelsea fan says 8. Big up to Johnny Boy Blue who's in the house. Remember, people, after the player rating show, we're going to drop the link into the description. We're going to allow you to come on and have your say about the game. Please smash the like button. There's nearly 40 of you here still, which we appreciate in the afternoon because I know a lot of you must be working and being busy in the afternoon. So we appreciate you always. Alonso for me was a 7. He didn't do anything wrong again. We seem to be getting the best out of him in that position. And there's not much more to say really other than keep going. You know, again, same thing. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing, my man. You're keeping people like Chilwell on the bench, Emerson, and he's really surprised me. I actually thought he was dead and done and dusted. I was waiting for him to book his ticket out of this country to somewhere else, you know, but this goes to show.
Just when man management dead and gone, he rises from the grave.
Exactly. It goes back to man management. And we move on to Mr. Jorginho, who keeps having these performances at the moment. So, Lambs, what are we saying about Jorginho?
Your boy Georgie. Again, he didn't do too wrong. He didn't do too much wrong for me again yesterday. Obviously, I'm not his hugest fan as well. I do still think we know what kind of player he is. We have sussed him out. I'm not going to deny his technical ability. He is a quality player. Again, I just think he's a bit too slow and a bit sideways and backwards for the system that we want to play. And I think it works better for him when he can dictate the tempo of the game. And fair enough, that's what he did against the side. But against better oppositions, like we keep bringing up, because it's true and we know it's going to happen and it will happen against midfield like Cities or even Liverpool, if they actually have their midfielders playing in their position, I think he's really going to struggle because he's not going to be able to dictate the tempo of that game. And I think Kovacic definitely outshone him yesterday. But I don't think he did too much wrong for me as well. He held that DM role pretty well. You know, obviously his performances have been good since Tuchel's come in. I think that's another player that Tuchel maybe does prefer. Maybe he's kind of playing him because Kante's not fully fit yet, because it does seem to me that he does like Kante, and it remains to me, is it going to be Jorginho or Kovacic that plays along Kante, or is he going to go for like a midfield three of all of them and then
Nah,
an attacking three? I don't know, it remains to be seen, but I would say, yeah, there was one point where, and again, a better team would have capitalized, where we were in our own half and Jorginho lost the ball, but thankfully
he did a couple of times in the second
managed to win it
half.
back quite quickly. And that's another thing that frustrates me, and this is why I see your point about him, because he does tend to lose the ball in critical positions like this, and he's a bit slow on the recovery.
Wow.
And like you said, against better oppositions, they would capitalize on that as well. But I think yesterday I'm going to give him a 6.5.
Okay, I hold my criticisms of him still. I think the reason that it works so well in midfield is more so Kovacic than him. That's my honest opinion. I think Kovacic is so important, to the way we play. It's his way he drives. We're going to get to Kovacic in a minute, but has Jorginho done anything wrong? No. Is he playing well? Yes. What does he do that's so important in the team at the moment? Is he retains the ball and he keeps it moving. Other than that, what real influence has he got on the ball? Yeah, he's winning the ball back quicker. I'll give him that. Something he used to never do. He was very slow at trying to win the ball back. He's winning the ball back quicker. He's sharp. He's intense. You know what I mean? He's getting stuck in. And for me, I will hold my reserves against him. I want to see him against teams that are not going to give him time on the ball. And again, Newcastle yesterday, other than, I think in the second half, the first 15 minutes, he kept losing the ball because they were in his face. He couldn't turn on the ball. He was getting pushed to make mistakes. And yeah, I want to see that more. If he can move the ball quicker, if he can get the ball and move it quicker in the bigger games, even when he's getting shut down, and keep the flow moving, because this is what people keep saying. He's so important because he keeps the ball moving. It's critical to Tuchel's system. And it must be at the moment because he's keeping Kante on the bench, which is a big thing, isn't it, when you think of it like that? So I think Jorginho's a 6.57. He hasn't done anything wrong. Again, he hasn't done anything great in my eyes. He scores goals, but he scores penalties. Let's get it right as well, people. But everyone seems to agree with me. 7, 6, 7s. He can take too much touches still. To be fair, J5 made quite a few for. He is, but Johnny, I want to see him do that more. I want to see in other games him do that more. I want him to continue this. It's, for me, with Jorginho, it's consistency. I want to, like I say with Christensen, I want consistency from them. I want them to be able to do that throughout a 38-game match season. Sorry, that's where I want to see it. I don't want to see it for 3-4 games and then 3 games he's absolutely shocking and we lose because he's not stepped up or he's losing the ball or his passes are poor, which he will have that one odd game. I'm prepared for that. He will have moments. Don't get me wrong, but it's just how he'll progress moving forward. But there's nearly 45 of you here. Please smash the like button, please. We're nearly at 50. Mods, let me know when we're at 50 likes, people. Like I said, the link's going to be in the stream soon. We're going to move on swiftly to man like Kovacic, Lambs. And again, for me, he was man of the match. What was your form of him?
Yeah, can't disagree with you on that. My man of the match as well. I just thought he was immense. The positions he was running into, his ball control, the way he was spreading the balls, beautiful passes, long passes, short passes. Very rarely did I see him lose the ball, and even so, I thought his movement and his work rate off the ball to win the ball back in those midfield positions. That's why it seemed like I don't think our defense and our goalkeeper had much to do. That's why they didn't really stand out in the game for me. Like, it was more of our midfield. And then after Tammy went off, then our strikers and attacking midfielders started coming to life. But it was more our midfield that was like the star of the show yesterday. Like, Kovacic I just thought he was every time he just spread the ball, I was just like, oh, brilliant. Again, the overhead ball to Tammy, which we know Tammy should have done better, breaking the lines, forward passes, which is exactly what we wanted to see. all the time consistently, and what we complain that Jorginho doesn't do too much of consistently, as you said. And this is why I guess I've always preferred Kovacic over Jorginho. Even in the past, there's always this debate between them, like who's better. I think they're different types of players for me, but I just think Kovacic just the star of the show yesterday. 9.
Yeah, I'd give him a good 9 as well. For me, he was man. I like Timo Werner as well. It's hard because he was awesome as well. But Kovacic over the full game he was winning the ball, and then he was moving the ball quickly. And when he had the ball, he was driving into gaps, which he's so good at. You can't get the ball off him. It's like stuck to him. I have not seen a midfielder in the Premier League that can get the ball like Kovacic and drive, and people just can't stop him. Like you can't. His balance with the ball is immense. The only thing that lets Kovacic down, and I keep saying it, is in the final third. His passes need to be a bit better. You know, that killer ball, that killer pass. Yesterday, he was spreading the ball out onto each side. He was taking, short sort of sprints into spaces, laying the balls off directly into the Mounts, the Werners, and he was awesome for me. He made that midfield tick yesterday, even more so. You know. And if he can continue doing that, then for me, he needs to stay in that team. You know, he really, really does. He's a top quality player.
Looks like a completely different player from. Remember that, like the last couple of games under Lampard, and he was just having howlers. It was just awful. He looks like a completely different guy now.
It goes back to man management with him, though, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It really does. But there's 38 of you here. Please smash the like button. Please help us get to 50 likes. We're on 43 at the moment. Nearly there. Another 7 likes. Please smash the like button. Lambs. Mason Mount, again, who David said had an average game in many ways.
I know. David.
I think he would.
David. He wasn't terrible. I thought he took a little bit of time to kind of grow into the game, just a bit of a slow starter, but I think most of the team were a little bit. He was running into spaces, had a few shots on goal. Again, the same argument with Mason Mount. Definitely needs to work on his shooting boots, needs to be a bit more clinical, but you can't fault his work rate. He's always been a hard worker, always trying, wanting to get into spaces as well. Again, I still don't think he's clinical enough for me. I still think he needs to work on that aspect of his game. But again, I can't fault his work rate. So I'm gonna go for a solid 7 day.
Fair enough. Chelsea fan, I'll get ads to make you a mod. I don't actually know how to do it, but yeah, we do need some more mods in the chat. We need to sort that out. What else have we got here? Mount as an 8 from Real Chris. Robin George says Mount has more chances creating EPL after Grealish, Bruno and KDB. They don't even defend 20% as much as Mount does, which is true, Robin, which is true. Charlotte says we're 7 away. I think we're 2 away now. Just check. So well done, people. Alex says a 6 for Mount. Okay, fair enough. 7.5 says Dujon. 7 for DJ Savjay. 7 for Charlotte. 7 for Beth. 7 for Beth as well. It's a lot of 7s. For me, Mason Mount, again, he keeps performing, man. I keep saying it. People keep saying, what does he do? For me, he was a 7. I thought he had a good game. He's balls in the box, the whipping, the crossing was on point every time. Even when he got the ball, he was moving the ball quick. He looked sharp yesterday, and they all look sharp. Don't get me wrong. Big up to Monster as well. Monster CFC is in the building. Monster, I did drop you a link, so I know you might be in class or something. So yeah, mate, if you're ever free, you can jump in, my man. 50 likes, says Dujon. Thank you, people. I think it's 50. Let's have a look. We are on 50. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Well done. Getting to 50 pretty quickly these days, Lambs. It's really, really good. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. We could not.
The next aim is 60 now. Let's get to 60 people. There's 42 of you here. Let's try and get 50 live viewers here if we can. Let's keep sharing. That we're live, people. Let's get it out. Let's spread the love, as they say. Get Monster on. Hassan, he's got the link.
Boring 50 likes. Tuesday afternoon.
50 likes. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had much work to do today, so lucky
Yeah,
enough, it's I've
same.
been able to
Like
cut in and that.
my
But
cancelled because of the weather. So
Mon-
fun.
Monster CFC has confirmed that he believes that we are going to finish second. So that means above Manchester United and above
I believe
Leicester,
that
people.
too, because we're 4 points behind them and we're playing them soon as well. So, and the way that they've been going lately, I expect them to drop some points before they face us.
Yeah. Yeah, where's the hacker? We need 230 likes again, man. Where are you, my man? Yeah, it was 244 on the week. It was 244 on the week. It was a madness, actually, wasn't it? It was absolute madness, to be fair. But we're at 53 and we appreciate it. We move on. We move on swiftly, and I'm going to save him last because he played for me very well. You know who I'm thinking. So I'm going to move on to Callum Hudson-Odoi, and again, another solid performance from the man, Lambs, wasn't it?
Mm.
I think Lambs might have cut out again. Her internet may have gone. Are you still there? No, she's not there, people. This is Lambs. I think she's here, but she's not here. Like, we can see her, but she can't see us. People tell me, Callum Hudson-Odoi, how well do you think he played? I want to know, out of 10. And give me your reasons why. And why do we think Callum Hudson-Odoi is playing so well? Do we think the wing-back's position suits Callum Hudson-Odoi? For me, he was awesome. He's making that wing his own. He's giving us width. He drives with the ball, which I like. I like directness. Be direct. You know, attack the fullback, which we done again. He attacks the fullback strong. You know, he whips balls in perfectly. You know, he's always consistently a threat. It doesn't matter who he's up against. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. He will take them on. They don't like Callum Hudson-Odoi running at them. It's pretty clear. No left back that I've seen so far enjoys playing against Callum Hudson-Odoi because he's so direct at the moment. 7.5 for Cho. I'm going to say an 8. I thought Cho was very good. I'm not going to lie. 8 from Joe. We've got Callum. We've got Winter Surfer that says 6.5. Daniel says 6.5. Callum says 7.5. Yeah, Lambs, what are you saying? Strong says 7.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. Again, I think he played very well in the first half, literally echoing what you said. Like, nobody wants to come up against him. He's quick, the way he like takes players on, cuts inside them, runs on the outside, whips the ball into the box, the crosses, everything is work rate. His pace, his speed, his quality. He's just like, he's amazing. And again, this is why we've been screaming for him to start, because he is the best as well. And he's versatile as well. He can play as a winger as well as like a right wing back as well. I don't know, we could possibly even play him, you know, in like a Werner role as well, and Kai Havertz's role. Like, I really admire the versatility of this player, and he's still young as well, so the potential is just massive. Is incredible. By his standards, and again by the whole team standards, and maybe because of the defensive substitutions made in the second half, and we took the sting out of the attack a little bit. I thought our attacking midfielders kind of dialed it down a bit in the second half. That's why I'm not going to give him such a high rating. I'll probably give him a 7.5 instead of like his usual like 8.5 performances, just because I feel like he took his foot off the pedal a little bit in the second half. But again, exactly what you always like to see from Cho, just running in, taking heads, whipping the ball.
Yeah, being direct.
Brilliant.
He was very, very good. We're going to move on to Giroud. I ain't going to say too much about Tammy because he didn't play too much of the game. All I can say to Tammy Abraham is we wish him a speedy recovery. He did look pretty nasty, the way he was landed on his ankle. And let's hope he's not out too long in many ways. It leaves us with 2 strikers at the moment in Giroud and Werner. I'm going to move on to Olivier Giroud because I thought he had a very, very good game. Lambs, what do you feel?
I mean, when I saw the starting lineup, that was one of my first questions. I was like, I would prefer Giroud to start this game, just because knowing Newcastle and how defensive they're going to be, like, I feel like somebody like Giroud would have been perfect over somebody like Tammy, just because Giroud, his work rate off the ball is great, even if he doesn't score as well. He's got that experience. Unlike Tammy, he gets himself into better positions in the box as well. His aerial presence, for me, I think overtakes that of Tammy Abraham's as well. His touch on the ball, his control of the ball is great. And obviously, as you saw just before that tackle by Lascelles on Tammy, his touch was, poor. So, and he got the goal as well. So done what the striker was supposed to do, capitalized, quick reflexes. And, he's got a lot of goals like that for us at Chelsea over the time. So I'm going to give you a 7.
Yeah, I think Giroud was very good. I'd give him a 7 as well. He didn't do much wrong. He got his goal as well. Always makes good movement in the box, good runs. For me, he was pretty solid, not going to lie. Alex, if we can get to 100, please. There's 50 of you tuned in right now again, so we appreciate you all being here as always. Please smash the like button, get us to 60, and then we're going to try and get to 70 people. Keep sharing this channel, the stream. Please. We, the quicker we do this, the quicker we can get monetized, the quicker we'll be in a better position to allow you guys.
Subscribe if you're new.
Yeah, please. 777s, 777s, and I think that's a fair.
What do you think?
Judgment.
What do you think about this comment, Jem? Was it penalty for you?
Who? For
on Tammy for the challenge by Lascelles?
I don't think it was, and the reason I don't think it was is when you look at it on one camera angle, it looks like he takes his ankle out and then takes the ball, and you could see why refs would give it. But then if you watch it again, you actually see Tammy Abraham step across him like that. So he's kind of anticipating the tackle, which shows me that he was probably looking for a penalty in many ways. And that's why unfortunately his ankle got buckled and caught under the guy. Because if you watch, he steps to his right because he can see him coming, which is a normal thing to do. Don't get me wrong. You put your body in front of a defender, and if he touches you, you go down. I don't think it was a clear penalty. I don't. I actually see why it wasn't given. I really, really do. But it is what it is. We didn't need it anyway, and we won. And I want to move on to the man who is back and seems to be thriving under this formation. Man like Timo the Fire Werner, Lambs. What are we saying about this guy?
Well, guys, the search is over because Timo has been found. We are no longer finding Timo because he's been found. He's back. I mean, this is literally what I've been saying, and I've been saying it for ages. I can see it's coming. And especially since Tuchel took over, I knew it was only a matter of time because what he was going through was clearly, confidence, mentality issues, being played out of position or not being played under Lampard, I think really affected his confidence as well. I don't think he had such a smooth transition into this team in the beginning, but the quality is there, like undeniably there. Even in the beginning when it was difficult for him to hit the ground running, he gave quite a few assists, drew a few penalties for us as well, even if we didn't score them all. But I was really impressed by his work rate, and I knew this guy, he just needed that breakthrough. And then it will start coming. And I can see him growing and emerging into the player that we thought that we were going to see throughout the season now under Tuchel. And I'm really excited for what's to come from Timo because I only think he can kick on. He can kick on from here. I mean, I saw him smile yesterday for the first time ever. I mean, like you said, we were having a conversation backstage earlier and you were like, the guy was running around, he got busted lip, he was smiling, he was hit everywhere, assisting goals. I feel like if we continued with the attacking pace of the first half into the second half, I think there could be a shout for man of the match for Werner, especially if you got more goals as well. And that's why, because of that, Kovacic just edges it for me. But I'm really, really, really impressed by Timo. I'll give him 8.5 today.
The reason you're seeing the best out of Timo Werner is because I've been crying out for long. He is better playing off a striker, and he done it at Leipzig, and we wasn't doing that. We were playing him on the left wing. Then we started playing him as a main focal point up front, which Tuchel still seems to think he can do, but I think he prefers him to play just off the striker. Now he was playing out quite wide sometimes, so I think he was choosing to pull wide and look, we scored a goal from it as well. But what's great about it is that he's got the freedom to drive directly into the box. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, he was good yesterday. He was really, really, really good. There's a lot of 9s and 9.5s. People call him man of the match. He got a busted lip. He got up. I see him shouting at the opponent at one point. He was looking at the ref like he was going to stab him as well at one point because he wasn't giving him free kicks when he clearly should have been, especially when he got taken out. I think it was outside the box or saying it was a proper wipeout. He was an 8.5 for me. He keeps getting better. He really does. And I hope that may it continue, and that we see the Timo Werner that we've been seeing in the Bundesliga as well. Big up to Winter Surfer, who says 64 likes. People, 6 more likes to 70. Let's go. I'm going to put the link in the description now. You guys can come in. But before you come on, I'm just going to quickly... 65, Elvish one says. Come on, let's get to 70. Like Daniel says, people, let's get to 70. I'm going to share...
How are you feeling, by the way, Jem? Like, considering since Tuchel's come in, how are you now feeling about Atletico Madrid? I'm thinking if Thiago Silva comes back in for that game, I think we stand a chance. I really think we beat them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we were in a better position to do so, aren't we? In terms of the way we've been playing.
Manager in the middle of the season, we went on to win the Champions League. So
exactly. Look, we've got Southampton next Saturday at 12:30. Big game away. They will come out. And they will press us. We need maximum points. We need to keep the pressure on Leicester and Man United, because at the end of the day, I think who's playing Man City this week? Is someone big's playing Man City? I can't remember who it is, but we're having a look in a bit.
We'll go through. Or is that on there? No.
We will in a second. This is just the Chelsea games, but we look and we've got Atletico Madrid, obviously, as we know, on Tuesday next week. We go into the main, and this is what I'm saying, people. Look, from March onwards, we've got Man United on the 28th, which is not even March. At the end of the month, we then got Everton on the 6th. Then we play Leeds on the 13th. We go away to we've got Atletico at home. And then we go into Sheffield United and the FA Cup. And then look, I thought we had Leeds, and not Leeds, Liverpool. No Liverpool. All right, cool. There is no Liverpool. So
Liverpool in
April. All right, cool. So them three games, the Liverpool, the Man United, and the Everton game. Not Liverpool, Leeds, Man United, and Everton game are big, including the Atletico game. Yeah, the next 4 to 5 games are massive. Is going to be a real big test of our character moving forward as well. You look at the table as well. Let's have a quick look because it's looking pretty. We haven't looked at it in a while. Look at our form, people. Look at our form. 1 last 4, drawn 1, 42 points. Our goal difference is looking good as well. We're 3 off Manchester United. We're looking good.
We just need to fix our goals. We've improved our defense, thank God. We've stopped shipping in goals, but we need to start scoring more goals. So we need to start increasing. We need to start moving like City, basically.
Big up to everyone that's put 70 likes now. Appreciate it. Well done, people. Honestly, I am so happy with that. We really are. We appreciate it at the GNA community, and we'll continue trying to bring you some good content as well. Next stop, people, is 80. Let's go. Let's get to 80. The links in the chat now. I'm going to remove this. We've got people at the back. We're going to start with a man called Robin. Robin, hello. How you doing, mate? Welcome to GNA TV. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. What would you like to say, mate? Yeah, we can hear you. What would you like to say?
So what I wanted to say is, currently now we are hyping up Tuchel because we are winning all those matches versus the bottom 6 teams and 1 match versus Tottenham. And Tottenham aren't in a great shape or form or anything like that. So currently we have won 4 matches in EPL. Okay. All those 4 were against people who weren't performing at all. And in top 10 teams, all the teams barring City and Chelsea are losing the points. That's why we are going up. And the same thing happened last year, wherein Chelsea got into top 4 because others were poor in their run. So that time they were criticizing Frank, saying that you got into top 4 because other teams were shitting. But the same thing is happening to Tuchel as well. But now you guys are saying that it's all Tuchel's greatness and all the stuff. So I can't get this bias.
What biased? Who's being biased?
Don't you think that the situation has remained the same? But the thing is, people are saying differently now. Because from Frank, you're saying that people are getting, we got into top four because other teams were
Robin,
crapping all
Robin,
over.
I've
Yep.
got,
Yeah.
I've got a question for you. Are you a Was
Mm-hmm.
you a Lampardine guy? Was you a
In guy.
Lampardine?
Yes. Yes.
Are you still a Lampardine guy?
Yep.
Are you annoyed that he's gone? Are you really annoyed that Chelsea have got rid of him
Yes, I
and
am
we are
annoyed.
what we are now?
Very much. Yep.
Why? Why?
But I asked the question first, so can you answer that once? Then
No. I will answer
thereafter
it.
I would ask you.
Look,
Thereafter I
I'll
would
give you.
answer you.
Yeah, I'll give you my short and simple answer, mate.
Mm.
I
Mm-hmm,
backed
mm-hmm,
Lampard when he was at Chelsea, and I backed him to the end. And I will always back any manager that comes through this door. And it doesn't matter
mm-hmm,
who it is. What people need to realise is what they need to do is they need to take the emotions out of this and realise, yes, Lampard was a player, but also Lampard as a
mm-hmm.
player and Lampard as a manager is two different things. Lampard's not here anymore. Lampard's not here anymore, and
Yeah.
the board decided to make that decision. We were sitting in 10th and we wasn't looking pretty. Tuchel's come in,
Mm-hmm.
and he's now brought us back into fourth. We were 10 points off Man United at the time, and we're now only 4 points. So the way you've got to look
But
at it is, did the board make the right decision at the right time? Yes, in a way. They have, if you look at it, because obviously Lampard wasn't getting the best out of individuals in terms of man management, and Tuchel is. Tuchel
but
is. So, go on,
but
go on,
but
mate.
the thing is, can't we also look at this point that we are facing easier games and we are facing teams who are out of form? And
Okay.
during that time, that period of time where Lampard was losing, we were losing to the top 10 sides, not the bottom sides, right? So the same thing is
Okay.
happening with Tuchel also. We are winning against bottom sides and not we
Robin, we beat
haven't faced
Tottenham.
any great,
We
yeah.
beat Tottenham.
But then
We beat Tottenham.
Tottenham, look at their form right now. Didn't they
Yeah,
lose
I
like four
agree.
games and out of five or something?
No, look. I agree when it comes to there is more tests to come. That's why I just got up the fixtures list and said, look, we've got Man United, we've got Everton, we've got Leeds.
Hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
teams that we still. I'm not gassed over the top. The way I
Mm-hmm.
see it is that we're in a good position at the moment. We should all be happy in where we are now than what we was blimmin', 4 games ago. Yeah. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we've got harder tests. Is there still questions of this team and Tuchel? Of course it is. But the man's only been here
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks, and look what he's done already.
Al- al-
And
yeah,
it might
also
go wrong,
Yeah,
but we'll
also
see.
my second point is people are saying that after a proper preseason, we would be in top two or top one or whatever. Next year, they are talking like this. But then Frank also never got a preseason, right? This season,
Okay.
after he gotten seven new players, he didn't ever get a preseason. Then how come you're saying that with Tuchel we would be in that top one or top two? How could you even think
No
about
one
that?
said that. No one said that.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
didn't
no, no.
say that.
Many people are saying that.
Yeah, but then
David and Monster
that's
and
in
all those people.
yeah. Well, that's Monster's opinion, but since that, Monster's come back on that and actually, deeped it and said, maybe we ain't there yet. At the end of the day, I can't speak for Monster. I'm not here to speak for Monster. Monster can speak for himself. But from what I know in the Chelsea community, majority
Mm,
of us all said that we was not going to win the league. But what we wanted our team to do was compete. That's what we wanted. We wanted to be able to compete. And competing means being 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 points behind the title challengers, which I think we should be able to do. We've got a good enough squad, bro. The squad that we've got is a talented
So,
squad.
so for next year, this point of time, what do you think? Where would Chelsea be?
I don't. To be honest, it depends what we do in the transfer window. Because I think we probably need a DM. I think we need to look at a centre back as well. That's in the long term. That's going to be a leader because we lack leaders still. I think we do need a centre forward because I think Giroud will go. I think
Mm-hmm.
Tammy Abraham's good, but he's not going to win you a Premier League. I think we need strength there. Big up to Premier Tottenham Hotspur. If you get following this guy as well, he's got a good channel on Spurs related stuff. But Robin, going back to my question about are you Lampard in? Are you still upset that? Are you back in Chelsea at the moment and Tuchel? Do you back your manager?
I back Chelsea, but I'm not so sure about Tuchel because he hasn't proved in top level yet, and I don't consider French league as something very tough.
No, I hear that. I hear that. I was one
Hmm.
of them. I said it. I wasn't sure about Tuchel. I don't know much about Tuchel, so I couldn't comment on him. I didn't say he was crap, but I just never seen enough of him. But what I have seen in such a short space of time is an improvement, and that's all I want him to do is improve the squad.
So,
The players are playing for him. You
so
know what I
you
mean?
expected Lampard to lose versus these bottom six teams anyway?
Do I expect Lampard to lose to these top six teams or bottom six? You're
No,
talking about
bottom
bottom
six,
six.
bottom
But
six. That's what
he
Tuchel
might have not won
basically
all of them.
faced.
Not lose. He might have drawn some.
Yeah.
He might have not. We will never know, Robin. What's the point of even
Hmm.
thinking about it? Because he's not here, bruv. It is what it is. The board made a decision for the best interests of the football club, and at the moment, it's worked up to now. There's nothing that we can sit here and we can't be negative. We can't be negative towards our team at the moment. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's something we can't do at the moment. But I get you, man. I get that you're still in love with him and you find it hard to let go. I completely understand you, my man. But eventually, it will get easier. Trust me, it will get easier, and the questions that you want may have been answered. Does anyone else want to answer, Robin? Prime, Sarah as well. Does anyone want to speak to Robin?
I mean, for me
Man.
personally, I understand the love that comes with Lampard. Obviously, kudos to him for everything he's done for our club as a player, and I'll always respect him and always be rated highly for that. But I think what we all need to start doing is start separating the player from the manager. And for me, it was clear to me a very long time ago that as a manager, he's just not good enough to take us to this next level. And at the end of the day, he's gone. He's gone now anyway. So as Chelsea fans, we probably all just need to come together and just support our new manager. And, we have been doing better and we have improved since he's come in. So I think we all just need to maybe just stop this. Okay, Lampard, he's gone. He's
Go
gone.
win the
I personally feel better.
Lambs, you're too kind. You're too kind, Lambs. Get over it, man. He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. You're one of these people, Lampard, extreme Lampard inners, who is waiting for Tuchel to just lose one game so you can come on and go, I told you he's rubbish. We should have kept Lampard. Lampard was a piss-poor man manager. And you can tell in Tuchel in 3 weeks, he's got that squad in harmony. He's brought back Alonso, Kepa, Aspilicueta, Christensen, whoever else. He's got them all in harmony. That's what man management is. He's done it in 3 weeks. You're an extreme Lampard inner. You have Lampard Stockholm syndrome. I'm sorry. He's a great player, but not a great manager. We wouldn't have won all those 4 games. We would have maybe won 1, drawn 2, and lost 1.
Look, Winter Surfer. But the only thing I agree. I agree with what you've said. I think, look, Robin's entitled to his views. Let's be serious. If he doesn't think Tuchel's good enough, that's his call. That's cool. That's calm.
Yeah.
But what I do disagree with Robin, and the only thing I disagree with you on is when we're moaning about our team, when our team's in a good position at the moment, when we're actually moving forward, taking a game by game. Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing I disagree with.
Is Robin here? Is Robin here?
Yeah, I am here.
Oh, cool. You don't want Tuchel, then what did you want instead?
I would have stuck with Lampard because during the same period last year, the same thing happened. The other teams were crapping all over, and you said that it is because other teams were crapping, he got into top 4. The same thing is happening right now. Exactly the same thing. Every other team, barring City and Chelsea, are losing left, right, and center. But you are telling that Tuchel has taken us above, and it's not due to any other reason.
Are you when you're saying you, do you mean literally me or you in general?
He's talking about us. No, he's talking about Chelsea fans.
Yep.
He's talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Well, last season we were fourth for the
All
vast
season.
majority of the season, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, and people can say we Leicester dropped, but we still finished fourth. But we
I
were
have a
fourth
question.
anyway, so we deserve to finish there. This season, the fact that we're still having similar with Lampard, there were similar parallels in starting bad, going on a little run, and then dropping off during Christmas is a bad thing. Considering we've improved the squad, we have better players in key areas that we should be playing much better. The fact that Tuchel comes in and these players that you guys don't like, Jorginho, Kepa, Alonso, Rudiger, these players are playing well. Why is
Yeah,
that in
I
a
agree.
short space of time?
That's true.
I'm not saying they're world beaters. I'm not saying they should even stay past the end of the season. But why is it
We
that
were
these
10th.
players that are not good
We were
are
10th.
playing well? The fact that we're now in top 4 and you can say other teams have dropped points, that is very true. You also have to capitalize on those chances. And we hadn't been doing that. Now we are.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Yeah,
I kind of agree with you. I would have
Okay.
kept Lampard anyway, because I still believe,
yeah.
maybe
and look,
delusionally, I still believe we would have got top 4 with Lampard anyway. So
Yeah, I know, right?
I think. Go on. I think what you're saying, like, Robin, I get what you're saying about Lampard. I really do. And I would have liked him to stay. But if you look at if it was the best interest of the club, him staying, it probably wasn't. And the fact that the board acted, and we're now in the position that we're in right now, you can only think that the board's done the right thing. And this is why I'm saying we have to forget Lampard. For me, Lampard come at the wrong time. He come at the wrong time. He came into a Chelsea team where you ain't going to be given time to make mistakes. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
he's never managed 6 or 7 players of top quality coming in. You know, he was managing Derby, bruv, before this. Do you know what I mean? He was going to make mistakes. And do I think Frank Lampard would become a good manager in the long run? Yeah, potentially.
yeah,
Did he come to Chelsea too early? Yes.
yeah,
Was this going to happen? Yes.
yeah.
Because we wasn't going to give him that time. But Real Chris is here, and Real Chris has got a question for you as well. Go on, Real.
Yeah, Robin, I do like Lampard a lot, but do you really think Lampard would have done right now what Tuchel's doing? Like getting all the clean sheets of his tactics, dominating teams, and just killing them
Listen,
off?
so with 3-man defense, everything is possible, I guess. Right?
Not really, because we
Don't
played
you
with
think so?
we played with a 3 last season at times, and we were still conceding and losing games. The fact that we're keeping clean sheets, by the way, without Thiago Silva,
Yeah.
we're doing it with Christensen, who is people who know my thoughts on the guy.
Yeah.
The Christensen's looking good right now. Look, if Lampard had stayed these run of games, okay, let's say for argument's sake we would have won them anyway with Lampard. They would not have been convincing. That Newcastle game would have been shaky near the end because they brought on Andy Carroll. We played Sheffield United, didn't we? That would have been shaky.
We would have won that.
Burnley would have been a shaky game.
Yep.
That we played Wolves. That would have been a shaky game. Like, you got to give him the respect that he has. We played Barnsley in the cup, and people can say, "Well, Lampard beat them 6-0," but that also would have been a shaky game. So, like, you give him the respect he deserves. And yes, even I said this on the terrace. I think 2 days ago. I'm not gassed like other Chelsea fans are, because I know we have tougher tests to face. And that's the same thing I said with Lampard. So I'm going to have to say the same thing with Tuchel. When we play Atletico Madrid twice, we've got to play Man United. I think we have Leicester or something coming up as well. Let's see how we get through those games, because we played Spurs, but because we went 1-0 up so early, we just kind of we were able to control the game. And plus Spurs sat back so deep that we didn't really create many chances and capitalize on anything. So I just want to see what we're up against in bigger games.
Prime's right. From after the Southampton game, our run of games is the real trial by fire for Tuchel. This is when we see what he is truly made of.
Exactly.
Because this is when we see he will utilise all the squad he has been doing. You'll probably see 4 to 5 regulars in all of those games, barring injury and suspension. But I believe this will test him, and this he'll also find out who he needs to keep in the summer and who he needs to get rid of.
Yeah,
that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I hear you, boys. I'm gonna, Robin, I'll let you have the last say, and then I've got to refresh the group because there's so many people in the back. Go on, mate. What do you want to say? Anything else you want to say to finish off?
I hope next year we get top 4 somehow. I don't feel confident with Tuchel.
That's fair.
I think we're going to get it this year.
Yeah, this year it's possible because it's Corona time. We are playing a match every 3 days or something. Every other team is also doing the same. They are not capable of doing it because they don't have a huge squad. We are having a huge squad.
Sorry, a quick question. So you would have kept Lampard to the end of the season. Would you have given him next season?
next season if we get top 4, why not?
No. So you keep Lampard and he gets top 4 anyway. Would you have kept him for
Yeah,
next season?
yeah.
Yeah.
After we sell some of the players,
Okay.
and sign some of the players he wanted, I guess.
Okay. And what if he didn't get top 4? So that means he gets sacked. Who would you have brought
Hmm.
in if not Tuchel?
Uh, that's a hard question.
Okay.
Very
Fair
hard
enough.
question. Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, that's fine. Robin, thank you for coming on, my man. Appreciate you coming on, man. It's good to have your
care.
views as well on here, man. So I thank you. Yeah, we appreciate it. Take care of yourself, yeah?
Alright,
See
take
you
care.
again. Alex, are you here? And real Chris?
Yeah.
There,
Sorry,
Alex,
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
here.
here?
I've just been listening. Just been listening. But yeah.
All right.
But look, let
Cool.
me get back to the
Go on, man.
game with the performance against Newcastle. Finally, man, I'm so
Yeah.
happy for Timo. Like I was screaming at the top of my voice when he scored yesterday. I was so happy for him. You know what I mean? Like, and he plays. The thing is with Timo, he plays with a smile on his face, and you can tell so much that he really wanted that goal, and you can tell he was so happy, and he literally, to see a player actually be happy and actually score a goal, and it does make you feel really good. Just even the team's morale. Like I think next game, and also is the perfect time for him to score. Like we all know that the next kind of upcoming games are going to be challenging. So it's the perfect time for him to maybe get that form back and start scoring more goals. Coming up to the next games, but. The performance was okay. I think the first half that was the best half we've had under Tuchel. I think Kovacic was brilliant. Kovacic was like, he reminded me of just like the Eden Hazard kind of. He has such low sense of gravity. There were so many times in different scenarios where he would have maybe 3 or 4 players around him. He would do like a little quick, pirouette or a little quick skill move. He'll dribble 2, 3 players. And the one thing he's so vital to this team is that if he does that, it opens the game up. You have Callum Hudson on the right wing, and then Alonso on the left. That's it. All comes from Kovacic. That's how we counter. It's all Kovacic that starts it, and then we actually attack from Kovacic having the ball. So he's so vital to this team. And then the question is to think about now is, where is Kante going to fit in this team? Because at the moment, Jorginho and Kovacic, I think I do see what Jem you're saying about Kovacic and Jorginho about the pressure, and we're going to still have to play big teams, but we have to. I would actually want to maybe give it a game, see against this maybe Atletico Madrid. I think he will play Jorginho and Kovacic versus Atletico Madrid, and then see if it works. If it doesn't work, then change it. But good performance. Mount was okay. I think he's still young. He is to improve his final third, but that will come. But yesterday for me, he was a bit of a ghost yesterday. It wasn't one of his games. He just did the basics right, and he just decent performance, Callum was brilliant.
I hear you.
Again, I think he's trying too much. He's trying too much. He feels like when he's on the ball sometimes, he feels like the ball is like static, and it's like he needs to give it away straight away. He needs to be a bit more composed, but I think that will come with it. And good performance. And one other thing I wanted to say, quickly about centre backs. I think the reason why Tuchel likes Rudiger so much is because Tuchel likes ball playing centre backs. He likes centre backs that can actually play with the ball and actually pass and be able to move with the ball.
Yeah, he does.
Zuma doesn't have that in his locker. Christensen and Rudiger do. So that's probably why Zuma maybe is not as the favourite.
Alex, my biggest thing with that is that's cool. That's their strengths. But are we going to have the inconsistency that we've had from these individuals throughout seasons in the past? That's what worries me. Can they show a level of consistency in their performances? Are they good enough to show a level of consistency in their performances? These are the questions that are late for me, and I might be proven wrong. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like the questions are the room that let you down.
I think they are, but consistency, doesn't that stem from your manager?
Yeah, that's true.
Because
and ability.
Obviously, but again, for example, Christensen, he does have ability. I know
Yeah.
he's not performing consistently, but he does have ability, and that consistent performances, it kind of stems from your manager. If you, as a manager, you can see your player for the past game or two is not really performing well, it's up to you to either take him out of the firing line or try and find something to get him back to that sort of level. Also, I think the reason Also, I think with Jorginho, Jem, you saying about how he does in big games, I think the only reason we're playing with wing backs now, or back three, is because Kante is not fully fit. I think when Kante comes back in these bigger games, playing a three of Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante will work because that makes us a lot more secure.
Yeah,
with how we play.
Why it don't work for me? Why it don't work for me in them games is, yes, it gives us a lot of stability, but we lack empathy in the attacking end, because for me the Kantes and the Jorginhos are not going to be pulling their defence apart. Do you know what I mean? So these players like to sit. You want players like Mason Mount and Havertz to pick the ball up and be able to drive. When you've got Kovacic there, he does it. But the thing with Kovacic that kills him is his final third pass.
Yeah.
It's only his final third pass. Do you know what I mean? So for me, you've got three players that are going to want to keep the ball, will be good at keeping the ball together. But what can they do in the final third? You're going to end up losing a Mason Mount or a Havertz to play all three of them. Do you know what I mean?
Not necessarily.
So,
also, it depends on because we've got our width or creativity maybe through our fullbacks, and depending on who we play in the wide positions or who plays up front, you can mitigate against that. That's why I keep saying you just play to the strengths of your squad and what you currently have.
Yeah, potentially.
If
I need to clear this room out. Go on.
No, sorry, I just wanted to say,
Go on,
if
Alex.
Kovacic improves his final third, he can become such a great player. Like if he adds that to his locker, oh my, like we have a great player in our team. But
yeah, I agree. Alex, thanks for coming on, my bro. I've got to clear out because I've got so many people that I want to get off soon. Cheers, my man. See you later on. See you later. Chris, is there anything you wanted to say, my man?
Yeah,
about the game.
A few things about the game. The game was very good in the first half. It was dominating, high intensity, but I think because Newcastle weren't attacking us, I think we just slowed it down and saved our energy for the next game probably for that. But the next game is Southampton, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think Tuchel will keep a three at the back against them for that, or change? Yeah.
I think I don't think. Go on.
I'm just wondering, when we maybe change it back to a four at the back or something, because Tuchel does play four at the back as well. He just hasn't with Chelsea. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's like we actually are dominating and winning games comfortably in every game so far.
Would it surprise anyone if Tuchel's playing three at the back, because this is all designed to get them used to it for the Atletico Madrid game?
No, I wouldn't.
Potentially.
He's thinking that far ahead that he knows he can get. He'll install this now, so they're used to it. So when it comes up against Atletico Madrid, we have a better chance.
Wait, Andrew, are you telling me he's thinking like a tactician?
I'm not used to it. I've been used to it this first week, so I'm just
Real Chris. Thank you for coming on, my man. Got people in the back, but I appreciate your support as always, my bro.
I got it. See ya.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Take care, Chris.
I need to just get, because I don't want to be. I've got work to do as well, Let's get SB on. Let's get Armo on. Let's get Hassan on as well, and that is literally everyone that's left. So, SB, how you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Not bad, bro. Not bad, mate. Not bad at all. Thank you very much. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I was gonna. Obviously, everyone's been giving it the Chelsea big. Obviously, I'm all for Chelsea doing good. Like nothing bad to say. But then just a couple of players I wanted to just pick up on. The first one was Kepa. Now this might sound weird, but just listen to it. Yeah, I was gonna say, Kepa for the last 2 games has kept a clean sheet. Yeah, when Tuchel's the new manager, and if you notice with every new manager who actually eventually does well, one of the first things that they do is everyone starts off with a clean slate under the new manager, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know that people keep saying that Kepa hasn't got much to do. Like the defense is doing well, they're not really getting attacked much. But then it's the same thing. Whereas because a couple of years ago, I used to continuously watch La Liga for the Ronaldo-Messi rivalry, and the same thing that Chelsea are going through now is what Atletico Madrid were going through with Oblak. He wasn't getting much shots on him, but he was still classed as a world-class keeper. I'm not comparing Kepa to him, but I just mean I don't believe in the argument that just because he's getting no shots, because the shots he does get, he's doing well.
I want to counter argument. I want to say something to that. Because against Liverpool, I swear he had like 20 shots or something like that.
Yeah.
And he single-handedly saved Atletico against Liverpool. That's what I was going to say.
I won't, obviously, I'm not just pinpointing it to one game. I'm talking about whole season here.
Tuchel's already killed that, man. He already said Mendy's is number one. So
I know, but I was just giving the counter argument to it.
Kepa is
And
not
Andrew,
going to be
people-
in this team in the long run. That's what we need to understand. He's not good enough to be in the team in the long run. He doesn't deserve to be in the long run. Mendy at the moment, like Tuchel said, is the number one, and it will stick to that.
You're right.
He
He probably won't.
He can rotate him.
However, Jem, you're right. He probably won't. However, these two, again, whole thing having a clean slate, and these two performances does show or say to Mendy that he needs to step up his game, because his last few games himself hasn't been that great. So if he dips,
He hasn't had much. He hasn't had
I know.
much to do.
If not, I know that is very true. But my point is, it's about competition. If he dips in form, he can be dropped. So this whole thing of being my first choice doesn't mean anything. If you don't, it doesn't. And also, it's a thing of we should be looking for a better goalkeeper in the summer anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if either Mendy or Kepa or whoever, if you want to be the first choice for this foreseeable future, you have to step up your game anyway. So this is not
There are a lot of players.
It's a goalkeeper thing anyway. It's a goalkeeper thing. Yeah. But for me, I don't really care who plays.
As long as we're winning, and that's the most important thing. I just don't think Kepa will bring sustainability into his game. He might be good to rotate and get value out of him in that way, in many ways. But other than that, you can't be starting game after game after game, because you just know that at one point
Mistakes.
something stupid will happen with him, and it's not. Look, he's just not good enough for me. He just isn't. He's just not good enough. But we move on. We move on to who else we got here? We got is it Amel? Amel, how you doing, mate? You're muted, man. There you go. That's it. Amel, you gonna speak? Or not? Okay, cool. Hassan, what you say, my man?
Yeah, I'm alright. What about you guys?
Not bad.
Not bad, bro. Not
Good.
bad.
All good.
Not bad.
Yeah, so obviously what I was gonna say is I was in a way yesterday I was the one where I didn't really complain about Kepa being in net for Newcastle, because it's literally Newcastle. They was only gonna have like 1 or 2 shots against us. So if he plays that game, gets a clean sheet, his confidence is gonna come back, and we might see a glimpse of Kepa under Sarri. But obviously that game's done now. We're going to have to move on to Southampton, and the next 5 weeks, as I reiterated before, it's going to be a tough week. We should gas ourselves, but also the rivals have also got like hard week as well. They've got a hard couple of weeks, and Everton's game in hand is against Sevilla. So one of them teams are going to drop points against each other anyway.
And they're playing tomorrow.
Oh my
City
God.
as well,
Yeah, exactly. They got Liverpool as well.
Yep.
The next game after. So
Yeah.
so it's going to be a difficult week for the other teams as well. So whoever these next 3 or 4 weeks, whoever's more consistent will be second. That's all I'm going to say.
You know what's I don't know if it's ironic or funny. When we were hearing when Lampard wanted to sell Kepa, and we were hearing reports saying that he can't go this summer, so last summer, that he has to stay for at least another season, and he has to be played to either build up confidence or somewhat reap back a price tag. This is actually what they mean. Playing him in some games where he is going to keep a clean sheet or will win the game. So at least I'm a and we can get some sort of money for him. And this is what Lampard wasn't doing.
I think we're going to have to
Yeah,
realise
I agree. And we need to.
We will play in some games, though.
Go on,
we will
Winter.
play in some more games. We're not seeing the last of Kepa this season. So.
No. But it's good because, like you said, we need to get some sort of market value out of him anyway. At the moment, he's like 15 odd million in market value, which is useless. We need to claw some of that 70 mil back. Like, do you know what I mean? But
plus,
if we
really want Oblak, we can do a swap deal plus 60 mil.
We're not getting Oblak, man. I'm telling you, that's never going to happen. So stop talking about Oblak.
That's some FIFA transfer. That is.
I've got one more question for all. I've got one more question for all of you. I want you all to answer, and then we're going to tie it up. Right. I'm going to start with Lambs. Lambs, do you think Chelsea will finish? Do you think Chelsea can finish second to Man City this season?
100%. Before yesterday's game, we were 6 points off them. Sorry, before even the weekend games, we were 6 points off them. It's now down to 4 points. You know, we've got another game in between, and then we've got to play them. I think we catch up to them. I think we overtake them, to be honest.
And we've got to play them. Yeah, we've got to play them very, very soon. Ads, yeah. You think we'd do it? Yeah, that's fair enough. Ads. Obviously, you're a Man United fan. Do you worry about Chelsea coming behind you, 4 points behind now? Do you think they can pip second?
Well, you know what? Like we all hold this smoke if we were to be in your position. So you know what? You guys obviously are capable of doing it because we are inconsistent. But at the same time, I just want to see. It just depends on our form for the rest of the season. If we dip in form, that placement is definitely yours. That's all I'm going to say in it. But for now, I'm going to be as true as possible and say that you guys are capable of doing it.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. SB?
I don't think you guys will do it because I feel like at some point we're going to start picking up form again, and we don't even need to replicate the form we had from within November onwards or start of December. I think even with half of that form, I don't think you'll catch up to us. Because you haven't had a test yet. If you be honest, your test is coming up now. Atletico, obviously that's not Premier League, but you'll have the test coming up now.
It's against Man United, your club.
Yeah,
it's against your club, my man. It's your club.
I don't honestly think you can beat us.
You're not against us.
But that's my
really.
opinion.
You don't think Chelsea can beat Man United? No.
I think it would either end up in a win for us or a 0-0 draw. Because that's just the style we play against the big teams.
All right.
That's more on us than how you guys play. Yeah.
Gem, they have
I hear you, my man.
The top 6 teams, 0 wins.
Lambs, I didn't hear that.
0 wins. 0.
Well, we've only just picked up one recently against Spurs, so we can't really talk. But Winter Surfer, what are you saying?
I was going to be logical and nice, but then Ads and SP are on the chat. So, just for that, we're going to pick them to second on the last day.
Ooh.
That's what they're doing.
Don't ever chat to me again, man.
Okay. You had that chat. Yeah, you had that chance.
We wanted 4th. We settled for 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we was on the same point.
No, seriously.
But yeah,
it's going to be. I think it's going to be a race for it. Second, we have a chance. I mean, but if you give me 3rd, I'll take 3rd. So, as long as Liverpool aren't in it.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Prime.
Here we go.
Can we finish second? Yes, but I think realistically we'll finish 3rd. Man United's firepower and everything, and how they're in this title race, they should. If Man United don't finish second, I think it is an embarrassment. Never mind winning the league, that's not realistic. But if they don't finish second, it is an embarrassment, to be fair.
Here he is. I was waiting for it. I'm waiting for the
Love
cut.
it.
Embarrassment.
No, but
Lads,
I
an
do
embarrassment.
think but I do think it is, and
I
that's not
agree.
necessarily on Ollie per se, but I think just the players, your big players in general, just
To be fair, we were 10
falling
points
off.
behind you. Now
We
we're
were.
4. I'm just saying, you
So
know.
yeah, I think we'll
That's
finish.
Oh,
I think we'll
whatever.
finish. I think we'll finish third. If we finish second, it'll be impressive for Tuchel. But considering the fact that we were 10th or something, but yeah,
Yeah,
I think we'll finish
10th.
like third and win the FA Cup.
I hear you, my man. I hear you. Hassan, what are you saying, bro?
I mean, I was just going to add on to what Prime said. Remember at the start of the season, they called United the Avengers. And if they don't finish second,
Yeah.
then it's a bit weird, then it? Like, but I think that
Bloody Power Rangers.
finishing second is doable, but it's depending on whether we pick up or if we remain unbeaten until the end of March, because March is a real test for us.
Yeah, he's right.
And yeah, I mean, we're probably going to see another Maguire controversy in that game, like always, like every year. So it's probably going to be a 1-goal game, or it's going to be a 0-0 draw.
I just hope our guys are wearing caps.
I think look, there's still 50 of you here at the moment. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're new here as well. I've seen a couple of new faces in the chat today, which is great. We appreciate the support as well. I hope you guys have managed to subscribe. I think I want to see where we're at when we play Man United after this Southampton game. I want to see where Man United are. If they drop any more points and we're only 3-2 points, whatever, behind them, it's going to make the Man United game really interesting. So for me, can we get second? Of course we can, but I'm still taking it game by game. By game. This is
remember, if we can't beat Man United, it's not really a big problem because this is title challenging Man United.
21, yeah, 21 Man
21,
United.
I'm not really that bothered if we
21
lose.
and 21.
21 and 21, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, guys, we appreciate your support as always. It's been another great show. Let's be serious. I don't know how many likes with it. I think we're nearly at 90, which is another massive show for us. We appreciate the support as always as the G&A community grows. We're nearly at 1,000. We will be doing a giveaway, 2 giveaways once we hit it. Please get over to the Instagram page, which is, what is it, Lambs? G&A TV official, is it? Official G&A TV?
At G&A TV official, yeah.
At G&A TV official. Get over there and
it's in the
follow over
description.
there. Well, I can't tell you yet. It will be on Instagram. The giveaway will be on Instagram. People will be able to get involved in the competition over there. But yeah, guys, honestly, appreciate it. We move as a club. I respect Robin's views, but he ain't dusting down our positivity at the moment because we are on form. We're doing well. Let the rivals come at us. Let them keep doing what they want to do. We just do us. We concentrate on us, and we are still unbeaten under Tuchel, and he hasn't conceded 1 goal yet. Rudiger scored, didn't he? Rudiger scored against him.
So, Rudiger tax.
No opposition team has scored against us.
Yeah, basically.
No opposition team scored against us. Yeah, so that's another.
Well, no, Rudiger has. Rudiger's playing against us, so he can.
There's still 43 of you here. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. It's been a great show. In the description below, you've got me and Sophia. I think Lamb's there as well. Is Lamb's in there as well? Lamb's maybe as well. Yeah, get adding us on Twitter. We will be making a G&A Twitter very soon as well. Again, once we hit 1K, we'll create that as well. But other than that, guys, it's been a great show. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again very soon. Peace out, guys. Peace.
It's like it's playtime and it's free time. In the dance, they have to take a glance, we stepping out the room.